The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Newton. Over the middle to Smith. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he's got some space here. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play there from McCaffrey. 45 yards. They had trouble stopping the run. Here's its ugly head early.
You're supposed to try and get your confidence going after a loss like that where you gave up big yards running the football. This is not the way to go about it. It looks exactly as it did just a week ago. J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player as well.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Cameron Artis-Payne. His first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. Gano the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gano now following the touchdown, here to kick it away.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Watch the run. Watch the run. It's soft, baby. That's baby soft.
Watson now to throw. Fells has it, left side. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about efficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a good story on that. He said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts, understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
Here's McCaffrey. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play calls, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up, not just
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack there. by J.J. Watt.
A loss of 9 on the sack. And it's
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long.
Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51. Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
Out of the gun, Newton. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Fourth down, and here's Graham Gano now in the field goal unit for the Panthers. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his pass incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. The improv. Back there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip. Watch that.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. So that'll back him up 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. After the penalty, it's Miller. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
brings up 2nd and 15 at the 32-yard line.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. On On 2nd and 15 now. Watson dancing to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes his quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. K1 short with a sack. That's 315 pounds of man right there. 4th down, so the Texans dial up the number of their second-year punter, Trevor Daniel. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. $35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
At their own 49-yard line.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 46. From the gun, here's Newton. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a shotgun handoff to Scarlett. And his first carry, he loses the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready. And above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
Mike, what's that? 18. Mike 5-4. Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Following the fumble recovery, Watson eluding the pressure right. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
What's that? 18. Mike 54. Mike 54. And we're putting alert.
Left. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
That was an error. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
So the Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Out of the gun, Watson. Got an open man, it's QT. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front three.
Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans draw a bit closer. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Newton. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Gun. 41 Mike. Here I come again.
Operating from the gun, Newton. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Covers that time by Aaron Colvin.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
And now out comes Houston. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, and their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Not today, you are. Not today. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Mike 54.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
That's it. 180. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after 20. Like 41. Hey, come on now. 41's coming.
Now a first down throw for Newton. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. From the gun, Newton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Newton. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Newton. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Panthers. Olsen. Greg Olsen. His first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
You better be afraid of me. I can run.
A shotgun snap for Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver. But it'll be second down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Forced out to his left. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Watch a slant, watch a slant, watch a slant. 29. Right there. Short. Yeah, right there. 54, Mike. I got it. Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4".
Watson now, operating from the gun. Steps away to his left. Going deep for Hopkins. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. DeAndre Hopkins down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Mike, 55, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
1 second remaining in the first half. They'll call the timeout. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Got you, boy. I got you.
The final shot before the break. Watson going for the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Second half begins with a run from Miller. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Well, it's tough time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
A first down carry now for Miller. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Now on 2nd and 13. Watson, he's going to wind up and air it out. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee?
That's it, baby.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
It's now second down and...
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Newton now to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down. The Texans here on third down putting an extra defender in the secondary. Operating from the gun, Newton, and he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. There he goes left side. 20, 10, touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here first and 10 at their own 22. Now it's Watson. To the right side and complete to Thomas. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
This is Miller. And an alley to run. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. 26. 20 points down, he's coming. Hey, hands up.
From the 44, Watson completes it out left to Waring.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Throw left side complete to QT. 21 yards there on third down. Nothing flashy there, the slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play, and you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch, and then he's able to absorb the contact to complete it.
And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Throwing again on second down. McCarron, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop. But when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Kiki QT, his second touchdown on the season. And the Texans get a bit closer. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill, or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And they do get him out of bounds finally, but the damage is done. A big hitter on what proves to be the final play of the third quarter. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now Artis Payne. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge. They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
On the ground, McCaffrey hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and the Texans scoop it. He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 40, the 30, past the 20.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. And they'll run it from the gun with Miller. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you can darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
In 2018, Deshaun Watson had 5 fourth-quarter comebacks. Only Drew Brees of the Saints had more with 6. And they'll give Miller another crack. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Lamar Miller, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Looking here for Smith downfield. And got his man complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now it's Newton. And that is is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Thought they were going to force a fourth down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
McCaffrey following the penalty. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. This defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Got to hold him to 3 to keep this a one-score game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal now as they look for that final dagger. Again, McCaffrey. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunity.
And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Gano the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Set. 19. Block 54. Alert. Switch up.
Watson now to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Buying time to his left. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by James Bradbury. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's see what you got.
Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
Check 13. Check 13. Slam. Gun. 57's the mic. Watch 57. I got you.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And for the moment, this will be a 1st down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. 3rd down. Here's McCaffrey. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
Come on, baby. Let's go. 59. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
One last throw here for Watson. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Carolina, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash. 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash. Yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damage. They react to play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dials, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance.